The sun is up. Hey, good morning, Nana. You're late today. You're just early today, Keichika. I'm not trying to put aside the fact that I'm always late, but it feels good to defeat you once in a while. Oh, I slept in this morning. I couldn't sleep last night. Oh, you too? Same here. I was still feeling yesterday's uproar. I don't think that was why she couldn't. Took me a long time to go to sleep. Well, yesterday I had a lot of fun with my friends and went home still riding that high. I was too full to eat dinner. I kept talking with my parents about the great time I had over the past few days. Oh, I am very scared if this is about to become an awkward conversation. I was so pumped that I couldn't go to sleep. Kinda sounds like I'm a little kid. But given that Rena seemed to be the same way, I felt better about it. No, I felt better isn't the right way of phrasing it. I should say I'm glad to know that we shared this same feeling. It fills me with a special feeling. I like it. No, let me rephrase. Try to remember how it's supposed to go. Hold on. Sharing happy memories with a good friend together fills me with a special feeling inside. I like it. Yeah, that's close enough. And I went treasure hunting after I left. I'm sure she found many adorable things. Went home and talked with her parents about how great the day was. Oh, God. Hey, Michan. Good morning. Oh, you're here early. Better watch out for the pigs falling from the sky. I know I usually make you wait for me, but do you really have to say it like that? I wonder if did you have fun with your sleepover? I don't even know which one is going to come out of my mouth. I'm going to say neither. Geichi-kun was unusually early this morning. Today is full of miracles. You're one to talk yourself. It's going to be another happy day today. I had fun the day before yesterday. I had fun yesterday. So I'm going to have fun today for sure. I'm happy, and Mion is happy too. Of course, Rena and my other friends are equally happy. I'm not afraid to say it. And I wish these happy days would last forever. Hey, Mion, what are we playing today? What, for club? I don't know yet. Lena, do you have any ideas? Let's see. We've been playing athletic games for the past few days, so I'd say something not athletic. You're right. That's a very good point. Our club is not only about athletic performance, is it? That's not only correct, I would say it was not even introduced as such a thing. Of course it's not. Our club members have to have brains, skill, and brawn to boot. So why don't we play some tabletop games today? Everybody was early this morning. We could enjoy our walk to school for once. After a while, we started talking about the upcoming festival. They told me that the festival was called Watanagashi, and that it's the biggest event of the year in Hinamizawa. Yesterday, my relatives gathered at my house in Okinomiya, and they started talking about you, Kei-chan. What? Me? What did the great people of the Sonozaki family talk about? Well, my uncle Yoshio is the store manager of Angel Mart, and he saw your performance yesterday. He really likes you now. So I started asking the others if they had heard of you. I found out that most of them did. And even though this is Rena's arc, I am now going to slide on in here and to just say, unlike with old Shion, there would be no problems if, say, a certain somebody wanted to get hitched to the next head of the family. Eh? Just keep it in mind, yeah? They said you're famous in Hinamizawa. Famous doesn't sound like they meant it in a good way. I'm probably more infamous to them because of the punishments you made me do. It's not only that. They said that you blend in well, that you're full of energy, and that you're a little bit reckless. They said it's rare for a young man in this era to have all those qualities. They were very impressed with you. Okay, they were definitely selling the... You know what I mean. I felt a bit embarrassed to know that people I haven't even met were speaking well of me. And so they want you to do something at the Watanagashi Festival. You like to draw people's attention, don't you? Hey, don't assume things and don't decide anything without me. Don't you know I'm a quiet, lonely guy who loves to be alone? Lonely guy. You mean cherry boy, don't you? Leon, this is why you have the problems you have. What's a cherry boy? Okay, Chikun. What does cherry boy mean? Whoa! Stop talking about nasty things. Lady, don't talk about things like that. You really were still feeling the after effects of yesterday. Leon and I made a lot of noise teasing each other on the way to school. Anna watched us and laughed happily. Satoko and Rika-chan were already there when we arrived at school. It is so hard not to want to crack a joke now whenever they're on screen after the last episode of Sotsu. It's really hard. I'm gonna try. They were also full of energy. Frying pan, table. Kometa-kun and Okamura-kun were too. From that, I can tell that they also had a good time yesterday. Everybody has been having a good time, really. In Hinamizawa, everybody is happy. It hasn't even been a year since I moved here, but... What is it? Well, I'm just glad that I moved here. What's wrong, Kei-chan? You're being sentimental. I understand. I understand exactly how you feel. You feel like everything is perfect, that you've become happy since you moved to Hinamizawa. I think this village has some kind of power to make people feel that way. It sure does. And it's a good thing. No, I won't go there. Are you happy, Nina? Yes. I'm happy every day here in Hinamizawa. Oh, Nina. Yeah, me too. Hey! Don't leave this old man out in the cold. Let me on in the conversation too. The sky was clear and the few thin clouds were pure white. The cry of the cicadas was telling me that summer would be coming earlier than usual. Watanagashi is just around the corner. I'm sure we'll have great fun at the festival too. There will be more and more fun days to come, I'm sure of it. Summer is just around the corner. What's with this transition? Where are we now? Is we gonna be pink? Nani? What? The end! What? What was that? Okay, it was a transition, I guess. The last class of the day was finally over, meaning that it was time for club activities. I was sure it would be fun. I couldn't wait. But then Michan received a call and told us something had come up and she had to go. So we didn't have a club meeting today. I was really looking forward to it. There was nothing I could do, but I could at least chat with Keiichi-kun on the way home. It'll be fun. Keiichi-kun sometimes says mean things, but he's very funny. When I chat with him, my depression goes away. Wait, what did I just say? Am I depressed? I have so much fun every day, and I'm as happy as I can be. What did I have to be depressed about? Well, it was obvious. Because of Rina-san, my father is happy now. Before he met her, he was like a lamp in broad daylight. Honestly, he was like the living dead. But after he met Rina-san, he started to smile like he used to when he was living with my mother. He enjoyed talking with her and started going out with her. You could probably say they went on dates. Now he looks 20 years younger. Rina-san gets along with my father very well, and she's very kind to me too. There's actually no reason for me to hate her, but bitter memories of my parents' divorce and my many regrets were gradually eating away at my heart. Was it okay to accept that woman? Rina-san might be the same as how Uncle Akihito turned out to be. Is she the enemy who takes my happiness away with her very existence? With or without bad intentions? Am I going to sit around until everything collapses again? Should I fight the enemy before it's too late? Rina-san comes to my house a little too obviously. As my father started letting her stay the night, many of her belongings have turned up in the house. My father and I don't smoke, but there's an ashtray in the living room. The futon in our guest room is hers now. In the bathroom, there's a toothbrush and shampoo I'd never choose to buy. I started to feel awkward about these things, and that's when I started noticing it at the front door when I came home from school. Her perfume. I asked my father once if he was thinking about getting married to Rina-san. He looked a little embarrassed, perplexed, and confused. He told me, not yet. He knew I was hurt by the divorce. That's probably why he couldn't admit that he wanted to remarry. That's why he said not yet. He'd consider it, but not while I was still living with him. That's what he meant, I guess. There's only one reason why I don't want him to get remarried to Rina-san. I feel offended that my sanctum, my family, is being invaded. I might be being selfish, though. I know keeping my father all to myself means keeping him miserable like he was before he met Rina-san. He has a life to live, too. It's his right to heal from the pain from the divorce and to live, to find his new love. He wouldn't have had to go through that painful life if I'd prevented the divorce from happening in the first place. He has a right to a happy new life that lets him forget the pain he never deserved, and I don't have any right to stop him. In fact, I have an obligation to try to return his happiness to him. I have to pay for my sin, my inability to prevent his divorce. That... No, you don't, no. Then what should I do to make both of us happy? It wouldn't be that difficult. All I'd need to do would be to give my silent approval of their relationship. My father tells me he won't get married while we live together. That means I should stop leaning on my family, be strong, and live on my own as soon as I can. Although that doesn't mean I can tell him not to go out with her until that day. Rina-san comes over to our house to see him despite her busy schedule, and she even stays the night whenever her shifts permit. They're adults. I have no right to say anything against that. That's why I chose to give my silent approval to their relationship and tried to see her as little as I could. I get along with Rina-san on the surface. I know my father would have a hard time keeping face if we didn't. But it's a very exhausting and painful thing to get along with a person I don't really like. So whenever Rina-san comes over, I spend as much time as possible outside, then head home late. Mi-chan's club activities are the most convenient things to do to kill time. But there are some days we don't have a club meeting. On those days, I while away my time at the garbage dump, hunting for treasure alone. And that's how I started to make my secret hideout. My father can do whatever he wants with Rina-san at home. I don't have to see them together. I can spend my time peacefully at my hideout. I sometimes feel depressed about my life. I sometimes want to talk to somebody about it. But nothing will change even if I talk to somebody. This is all I can really do. The most important thing for me should be to overcome the sadness of losing my family as fast as I could and to regain my own happiness. I have so much fun every day. I'm happy every day. Even on the way home, Keiichi-kun was talking about funny things that made me laugh. My feeling gloomy in spite of that was kind of rude. My father should be happy. I should be happy. I just feel sad because I still can't separate from my father. Compared to the unexpectedness of the divorce, Rina-san's invasion is a very slow process. I think Rina-san understands how I feel. She treats me very kindly, but she doesn't do more than that. I think she understands that I'd feel uncomfortable if she did. I respect Rika-chan because she's strong even without her parents. Compared to the pain of losing both her parents unexpectedly, my problem is like nothing. I respect Stantoko-chan's toughness too. She also lost her parents and was forced to live a painful life under her uncle and aunt. Compared to the cruel treatment she had to go through, my relationship with Rina-san is a blessed one. I keep feeling anxious, but that's just because I'm still immature and because I feel like I'm not ready to separate from my father. I have to be strong like Rika-chan and Satoko-chan. I have to try my best to be happy. I'm going to live with all my might in order to regain the peace of mind that I lost that day. I don't know, it's not that easy. You know? You might say once, when you're a kid and you lose it, you just never get it back, but my assumption that I'm not happy is just a mistake. I should appreciate the wonderful days I spend with my wonderful friends. Just by realizing that I'm happy, the world shines so brightly. Listen, listen! It was just so cute and I screamed, "I'm taking it home with me!" I bet you did. You're an expert at making the most out of every day. I am, aren't I? I feel very fortunate to have a wonderful life and wonderful friends. How could I be unhappy? You're right. In Hinamizawa, nobody becomes unhappy. Everybody stays happy. Hinamizawa is free from misfortunes! Okay. He should have stopped right there. But he just kept going, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. What's he about to say? What's he about to do? What's he about to fuck up? I'm jealous of you, Rena. Oh no, oh no. What? I'm actually scared to press the button. I'm jealous of you, Rena. I wish I could. Oh, God. I'm jealous of you, Nana. I wish I could be an idiotic optimist like you. Oh, it sounds like you're insulting me. But if that's what I need to make every day wonderful, I wouldn't mind. Would I? I don't have any worries. I feel like I do, but that's because I'm immature and still want my father's attention. Come on, say the magical words. It'll cheer you up. Oh. It didn't make sense to say it now, but I was going to say it anyway, because this is my magical phrase that always cheers me up, which means she needs cheering up right now, which means, oh, I'm taking it home with me. What's wrong with you? That's so like you, but still. No, no, it's not. That's right. This is me, Nana. And I'm not Nana. Nana still wants her parents' attention. Nana is a goofy and carefree girl. She knows that every day is full of happiness, and she has the kind heart to appreciate it, too. I want to backpedal on something that... Not a Goth or a Sotsu thing. I think something Shion said near the end of Miyakashi. I don't think it's that Mion doesn't know about the real side of Rena. I think it's somewhere between the opposite or being the middle of the opposite. It's that I think Mion... Well, I don't know for sure how much of the real Rena Mion does know. I mean, for one, I don't think Mion would trust Rena to confide in her with as much as she does, as we know she does, if it was the case. But also, I feel like, I'm not sure which this says more about Shion or Mion, but I feel like the difference is Shion just honed in more, whether it was maybe unknowingly through empathy or what, on this side, and wasn't able to see, and this was also just because Shion never, and at least Miyakashi never really had a chance to see the side of Rena that Mion knows, or knows quote unquote better, or tries to take care of and befriend. Because I mean, that's what, Mion does. But, yeah. Maybe I'm overthinking that. Anyway, back to reading. I should forget about icky things. I should live a wonderful life, free of anything icky. Icky starts with I. And that's why I got rid of the I in Nena. I'm Nena. I'm going to recapture the happiness I lost when I left Hinamizawa. I will overcome any pain and hardship. I can be happy because I got rid of icky things. I'm sure there are only incredible things waiting for me. Oh, incredible starts with I, too. I was almost home, and when my house appeared, I noticed something different there. There was a truck parked in front of my house. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. There was nothing on the back of it, but I can tell it brought something here because I saw some cardboard boxes, blankets, and ropes on the ground. From the front of the house, I heard voices of two young men saying, "Well, we'll be going now." They passed me by as I walked towards the front door. They were wearing some kind of work uniforms. They looked like delivery people. My father was about to close the door when he noticed me. "Hey, I'm home. What's going on?" "Oh, Reina, I have a surprise for you. I have a bad feeling about this." My father looked to be in a good mood. I didn't know why he was, but whenever he smiled like that, I just wanted to smile back at him. "I have a worse feeling." His eyes used to look like those of a dead fish, no matter how hard I tried to smile at him. These days, he could put on a big smile just to surprise me. He has been literally coming back to life since a year ago when we moved back to Hinamizo. No, since he started dating Rina-san. When I see him smile like this, I'm happy. But at the same time, I feel confused because I don't know whether I should thank Rina-san or not. Look, doesn't it look great? He took me to the living room. Uh-oh, what is it? What horrible bad thing is it? He was probably expecting me to go all, ooh, and ah. But whether there was something in the living room or not, I was ready to go, ooh, and ah, for him. Wow. What is this? Oh God, what did he do? What did he do? What did you do? I tried to sound excited and surprised. He was standing behind me, probably smiling with satisfaction at hearing my excited voice. I, on the other hand, was desperately trying to understand what was going on. For a moment, I thought I was in some... Oh, no. For a moment, I thought I was in someone else's house. Oh, no. You see, the living room had been completely redecorated. The furniture we had was all basically from the former house in Ibaraki. My parents bought most of the furniture when they got married, so it was all old and a little dirty. It was from when Rena was happiest, and now it is all gone. Some of them still had... Oh, no. Some of them still had crayon scribbles I drew when I was very little. Why are we in Shion's hotel room apartment? But all of that was gone. Everything in the living room had turned a pastel color, looking very sophisticated like the rooms you'd see in soap operas. The new carpet looked very tropical. New curtains matched with the carpet. The new sofa looked very expensive. The living room in general looked like a resort hotel. The channel switcher of our old TV was broken, and we used to have to use pliers to change channels. But it was gone too, replaced by a new one with a big screen. The room's lights had also been replaced by nicer looking ones. The room looked like a totally different world under new fluorescent lights. This looks great, Dad. What made you do this? I did it to get a fresh start. It's been a year since we moved here. I thought it was time for me to reboot and finally start a new life. I suggested redecorating the house once in order to cheer him up, because he was still in pain after the divorce, but he wasn't interested at the time. He didn't want to get rid of the old furniture he had chosen with my mother, because he still couldn't get over her, even though she had cruelly broke up with him. I wanted to suggest it again when the time was right. I never thought he'd do it on his own initiative. That was a good idea. This beautiful living room makes me feel refreshed. So refreshed, I'm going to go hang out at a dump and cry. Not cry, be happy. Be happy. Ha ha ha. I love it. I knew you would. Oh, you knew wrong. Dana, you always wanted to have a rocking chair, didn't you? I haven't set it up yet, but look, I got it for you. Oh, Dad, thank you. This is mine, right? Hey, this is for everybody. Ha 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 ha. I understand, but I'm not going to get off the chair once I sit on it. Ha 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 ha. My father explained the details of his redecoration proudly. He told me that he only did the living room this time, but he's going to redecorate all of the room. He sure had become more active. There are some parts about the redecoration I didn't like, but I still thought it was great because it made him happy. I found the old furniture outside in the yard. Are you going to throw them away? Yeah, I think we should. A delivery company is coming later to pick them up. Getting rid of the old furniture means putting an end to my mother. I hated the furniture because it smelled like my mother, and I tried to break everything once. I understand why my father wants to take this opportunity to get rid of them, but for some reason, this new living room makes me feel like I no longer belonged here. My father didn't choose the new furniture. Mina-san probably did. Most likely, my father and Mina-san decided to redecorate the living room and went to a furniture store to buy everything. I tried to think positively. The reason why my father didn't tell me about the redecoration was because he wanted to surprise me. No, my father never really considers things that deeply. Though I suppose he didn't tell me because he just didn't think he needed to tell me. I'm sure he didn't redecorate the living room to make me feel like I was no longer welcome. Don't be negative, Reina. My father didn't have any bad intentions. He doesn't want to get rid of me. He doesn't think I'm the reason he can't get remarried. And yet, why did I feel sad? Looking at the old furniture in the yard. Why did I feel like I didn't belong? I realized the reason right away. That reason was me. To him, wanting to have a fresh start by getting rid of the things that remind him of my mother might be an indication of his unconscious desire to get rid of her daughter. My father doesn't really consider things deeply, so he might not be thinking that I'm the reason he can't get remarried, but he understands that he can't get remarried while we live together. By staying with him and torturing my father. It was my fault that he had to get a divorce. That's why I have to support him to help him recapture his happiness. I couldn't just keep him all to myself. I'd have to start thinking about living on my own. I don't need to go to university. I should think about getting a job. But who would hire an educated girl like me? Even if somebody did hire me, I wouldn't be able to earn enough money to live on my own. I don't want to interrupt a moment, but I'm pretty sure you can get a job and do pretty damn good at it, at being a detective, like no joke. But, you know. Oh no. Maybe I should think about working at a hostess club, like Ina-san does. People only choose the jobs they can. A girl like me doesn't have a lot of choices. Not a lot of companies would hire me or pay the amount of money that I'd need to live on my own. But when to think of it, where is the place where I belong? Whenever I end up feeling like this, I miss my secret hideout in the trash piles. I love to get under my blanket and feel the warmth on a cold night. Hideout gets hot and humid during the day and very cold at night. Not a comfortable place to spend time in. But it might be a place where I can relax the most. More than I can at my house. No. I shouldn't think like this. I shouldn't think that my house has been invaded by Rina-san. I should thank her for making my father happy. Rina-san isn't trying to kick me out of the house. She's trying to get along with me, but I'm not opening my heart to her. I'm the bad one. I'm the bad one, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Satoshi-kun and his aunt didn't get along at all, and she abused him for a long time. Compared to him, my situation is a lot easier. Satoko-chan and Nika-chan lost their parents, and they live together now. They've been through very hard times. On the other hand, I still live with my father. I should feel blessed. I shouldn't think I'm unhappy just because of these things. I am happy. I am blessed. The trouble with me is that I still can't admit that I'm happy. My father kept talking proudly about the redecoration. I nodded at him with a big smile and let him keep at it. Oh, I almost forgot. Reina, can I ask you a favor? Oh god, what now, dude? Sure. What is it? What? They ordered 2 jackets from the clothing store. It seems like they came in today. I have to help the delivery company pick up the furniture, so can you go get the jackets for me? Sure. Which store is it? I wonder what kind of jackets you got. I can't wait to see them. No matter what they look like, I'm sure Rina-san picked them out for him. Although I don't mind going. I'd rather go to the store than listen to his stories about the redecoration of our living room. I got the receipt, asked him where the store is, changed my clothes, and left the house. I started pedaling my bicycle and looked at the old furniture in the yard for the last time. It used to be the object of my hatred, but for some reason, they now made me feel sentimental. Is it because I still regret the loss of my mother, even though I hate her? I couldn't let poisonous emotions take over my heart. I understood that in my mind, but I just couldn't get rid of that feeling. The old furniture wasn't the only stuff that was kicked out of the house. There was also a lot of junk that I brought home from the landfill. Hey. My father was probably going to throw that away too. He doesn't like the junk I collect. He'll probably let the delivery company take it all together with the old furniture. Okay, see. Rena's dad? Not the other Rena's dad we were analogizing about earlier. Actual Rena's dad. I've been giving you the benefit of the doubt, but now that's just this shitty dick move. Just like an animal that rubs its scent on its home in order to feel secure, I collected all the... God damn it! In order to make sure that I could stay here. No, that's not it. I wanted to bring them to my house because they were abandoned by their former owners, and they needed a place to live. The store my father ordered the jackets from is a fancy boutique. It's hard to believe my father would shop at a store like this on his own. I could tell right away that Rina-san took him here. I handed over his receipt to the cashier. A short time later, the store manager came out wearing a perplexed look. Ryugu-sama, I'm very sorry, but it seems like the truck carrying your jackets is stuck in traffic. It should be here soon, though. He said that the driver called a while ago, told him he just got off the highway and would be here in about an hour. I didn't need to know all the details, but he explained them to me anyway. I asked him if I should come back tomorrow. He insisted that I should wait because the truck would be coming shortly, and he urged me to take a seat on their sofa. But I didn't really feel comfortable waiting there, so I told him I'd be back soon and left the store. I wondered if there are any fast food restaurants nearby. I might have to go all the way back to the station. I looked around and found a coffee house. The glass on the door was black, so I couldn't see inside, but there was a poster saying for the thing. But there was a poster saying the price for a cup of tea is lower than normal for women on weekdays. I'd just be going to get a cup of tea to kill time. some time. It should be okay. It should be okay. But still, I hesitated to go inside before opening the door. Our first... Are we third person all of a sudden? Her first impression of the coffee house was the smell of cigarettes. It's normal for coffee houses to be filled with cigarette smoke. It's like a requirement. But Rena still regretted her decision. Why? While she was thinking about leaving, the proprietor spoke to her brusquely and showed her to a table. Rena gave up on the idea of leaving and sat down. The atmosphere in the shop was far from a clean, normal coffee house where you would go to simply enjoy coffee and cigarettes. It was more like a place where vulgar people would hang around. And I didn't feel comfortable at all. But what bothered her most was the laughter of a man and a woman sitting together in the very back of the shop. Her table was behind a planter, so depending on how one looked at it, one could say she was in the spot most protected from their laughter. But Rena looked as though she wanted to leave as soon as she finished her tea. The bell hanging from the entrance door rang, letting her know a customer just came in. It was a little surprising for her that a coffee shop like this could draw in so many customers. Rena peeked at the newcomers from behind the planter. There were two of them. They looked like vulgar men. The kind of people you didn't want to get involved with the instant you saw them. The proprietor tried to show them to a table, but they ignored him and walked towards the back. They walked up to the couple who had been laughing loudly and greeted them with a bow. "Hey, you finally made it. Sit down." The couple stopped laughing, and the man told the newcomers to sit down in a threatening tone of voice. As instructed, the two of them took a seat. "So, what happened?" "We're very sorry. We tried to..." "Got it, dipshit. Just hand it over." The two of them looked at each other before they each took an envelope out of their pockets and put it on the table. The man roughly grabbed the two envelopes and tore one of them open. Inside, there were many wrinkled 10,000 yen bills bound into a bundle with a rubber band. He opened the other one to make sure it also had cash in it, and then threw it to the woman. "Count 'em." "Hey, don't order me around. This is originally my money, you know." "Shut up. Just count 'em." The man yelled at the woman. She licked her thumb, looking annoyed, and started counting the cash expertly. The two newcomers hung their heads while she counted. Lighting a cigarette, the man waited for her to finish counting. "Good, it's all here." The woman said that after flicking through the last bill. The newcomers looked relieved. The man, however, didn't look satisfied as he stared at the bundle of the bills the woman was holding. "Ritsuko, how much is there?" "What? I told you, it's all here." "I'm asking ya, how much is that?" "I told you, all the money I lent them." "No, legit. I'm asking you if they paid you the interest." The man and Ritsuko yelled at each other. Even though they were making all that noise, the other customers acted like they didn't hear anything. "Hey boys, there's only 2 mil in here. What's going on?" The two of them were trying to find some excuses to make. It seemed like this behavior had touched the man's nerves as he started looking furious. "The fuck is this? I asked you what's going on. You'd better start talking." His angry voice echoed through the shop. He hit the table hard and dropped the glass on the floor. The noise thickened the tension in the atmosphere. "Well, we are very sorry." "Being sorry don't give any interest, does it? I don't mind calling the police to solve our problem, you know?" "Please don't." The two newcomers must have been in an extremely vulnerable position. They bowed so deeply that their foreheads almost touched the table. "I called y'all here because I thought you wouldn't want me to involve the police. But then you act like you don't fucking care, huh?" "We're sorry. We're very sorry." Well, you could pity them. The newcomers looked as vulgar as the man threatening them, making it harder to decide whether you should feel sorry for them or not. After a while, Itsuko opened her mouth as if to offer them help. Oi, 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 oi. That ain't no Ritsuko. That's no Ritsuko. That's the arena. It ain't no Ritsuko. Oh no, what? Tetchan. No, no, no. But they are, aren't they? Fuck. Tetchan, don't be so mean to them. I'm sorry. My guy gets mad easily when money's involved. Oh, fuck it is. I didn't realize he had a Sprite. Portrait. I thought since we got by Tata de Higurashi without it, he wasn't getting one at all. Oh, fuck. That is not flattering, Teppei. You don't have to add the money pot. I'm getting ticked because they bitching at ya. Jeez, saying those stupid things won't get you anything. The man pulled Ritsuko roughly into his arms and frantically kissed her lips without caring about the other customers. Their kiss wasn't like the lovely ones that normal couples would share. It looked obscene instead. He let her lips go to take a breath, kissed them again, and repeated that for a while. After a while, he finally got bored of kissing and let her go. He gets really mad when it comes to me, too. He's impossible. So why? This woman's like a part of my body. Putting dirt on her means putting dirt on me. Whoever tries to do that's in for a fucking bloodbath, yeah? Do you remember the guy with the comb over? I forgot what you did to that guy after you took him outside. I remember him. He challenged me wanting to take it outside, fucking dumbass. Said he did karate, and I got a little excited to see what he had, and I punched him in the stomach. But this guy, this fucking guy, he's just still down on the fucking ground. Like, what the fuck? I thought you was wanting to fight? No, you don't want to fucking fight me? Then don't fucking challenge me, you dipshit. Jesus. I was disappointed, so I took off his pants and his underwear and made him go clean the fucking public toilets with him. Ha! Dumbass. See, I'm helping society. I deserve an award for that one. I'm fucking the Nobel Peace guy, whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's right. Einstein Alfred Nobel? Yeah, that guy. I'm him, that guy. A Newton? That's it. I can't believe you made it do that. You're so gross sometimes. They started laughing loudly like they were doing earlier. Their laughter obviously intimidated their companions. Listen, you two. Tetchan is actually in a very good mood today. Usually he'd start yelling, "This ain't enough money!" and you'd be thrown into the OG River naked by now. We truly apologize for the inconvenience. Well, you forgot about the interest, but you did put together all the rest of the money in time, so I am impressed. So I'll be nice and take that into, consideration, if you know what I mean. Anyway, his interest rate is a little high, but it's only 5 if you pay it today. If you wait even a day longer, it'll be doubled. And if it's doubled, I don't think you'll be able to pay it no matter what you do. Ooh. So, I'm going to make you a deal. Tetchan, would you give us a minute? Sure, I guess it's okay. The man left the table with a grin and headed for the bathroom. He was far too amenable to that request, as if they'd planned for him to leave the table at that moment. Ritsuko made sure he was in the bathroom, and took some papers out of her bag and spread them on the table. You're young. You don't want to ruin your life because of an outlaw like him, do you? So, I recommend you pay all the interest today. If you do, you can cut your ties with him. We understand that, but we can't get 500,000 yen just like that. I understand. I bet you tried really hard to collect that 2 million yen. I understand there's no one who'd help you out with another 5,000. They must have done their very best to collect even the money they brought today. So it must be impossible for them to collect even a dime from anybody now. They hung their heads and told her that. However, take a look. I made this for you. Ah. The guys looked at the paper on the table and muttered under their breaths. You don't need collateral or a joint guarantor for this, so the interest rate is a bit high. But with this, you can take out a loan of 500,000 yen right away. Even this interest rate is a lot better than Tetchan's. What do you think? It would be easy for anyone to guess what Ritsuko was trying to force them to do. If you show him this with your signatures on it, I'm sure he'll let you off. It's your choice, though. If you need a pen, you can use mine. Here. They read the small print on the document and were stunned by the outrageous interest rate. Ritsuko didn't force them to do anything. She just looked out the window and smoked her cigarette. After a while, the man returned from the bathroom. Hey, did you come to agreement? They looked at him, steeled themselves, and took the pen. They're going to borrow money to pay your interest. It's only 500,000 yen. What the hell? It's only 500,000 yen, so they can pay their debts as soon if they work really hard. That's great. I'm impressed. Men get tougher when they have something burdening them. They must have planned this from the very beginning. The man and Ritsuko got what they wanted and grinned at each other. There were many things to fill out on the documents, and it was taking them a long time. The man and Ritsuko, already knowing that, started talking amongst themselves. Ritsuko, how's your husband and Inamizawa doing? Uh-oh, we got some music. What? It's not my husband. What's going on with him? I heard he has a lot of money. How much you think you can squeeze out of him? Well, you'll be so surprised. I heard his ex-wife gave him a settlement when they divorced, right? But I just found out that she gave him a lot. How much is a lot? He has about 50 million yen in the bank. He's a big spender. Wow, that's real big. So, how much do you think you can squeeze out of him? He has a big crush on me. He buys me anything I want. Anything? He's not cheap like you. Might get serious about him. I don't think so. Your body won't be satisfied with anyone but me. Stop it. Not here. So what's the plan? I'm thinking about telling him I need some money to get rid of my ex-boyfriend. How much you gonna ask him for? She whispers into his ear. You're a scary woman. Let me know if you need an actor for your play. I'll be a scary ex-boyfriend. Excuse me. We finished? Great. Let's bring it over to the loan company. Let's go take care of the check, would ya? The man pat them on their shoulders and then walked out the door. Another person was just about to enter and they nearly ran into each other. The man probably wouldn't make way for the person, considering his personality. But when he noticed who that person was, he stepped aside. The person looked as vulgar as all the other men. Don't you dare tell me it's Oishi. I just have this feeling because they need a way before Teppei leaves to get out that his name is Hojo Teppei. Don't you dare call Oishi vulgar. He was wearing a black... Oh. Hey, fuck you if you're calling Kasai vulgar. He was wearing a black suit with sunglasses on. He wasn't that big, but his stern look was very intimidating. It was clear at a glance that he was a okay, maybe if by that definition. It was clear at a glance that he was a gangster, and a professional one at that. The man who was behaving badly earlier looked a little nervous in front of him. As Ritsuko finished paying the check, she noticed the man in the suit. Oh, General Manager. Oh, okay, never mind. Good morning, sir. The man in the suit said nothing. He just raised his chin as if saying, fuck off. Or no, fuck off. Ritsuko and the others bowed to him and left the shop in a hurry. The proprietor noticed the man in the suit also greeting him with a bow. Who could he have been? He appeared sedate compared to the other men, but he must be dangerous because he made even them step aside. Everybody in the shop thought the same thing and tried not to look at him. The man in the suit looked around and found the menu on the wall. The proprietor walked up to him hesitantly. Hey, waiter. Yes. Is anything bothering you, sir? You have this seasonal dessert sweet something or other today. Oh my god, is it fucking kasai? Huh? Oh. No, we aren't running that today, but, well, if you insisted, we could make it specially for you. If you're not selling it, you're not selling it. I'll come back some other day. Holy fuck, it was. It was. It was! It was! Oh, shit, you got me. You got me. You got me, game. That was a real tug of war there, making me... You got me. Hey, Kasai. He said he'd make it for you. Take his offer. We came all the way here. The girl seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the heavy atmosphere in the shop, and she came in laughing cheerfully. It was Onozaki Mion's twin sister, Shion. Shion pushed Kasai into the store while he hesitated. She looked at a girl who was sitting down and stopped in her tracks. Uh-oh. Huh? Oh, it's you. Hello, Rena-san. How are you doing? Eh? Oh, Shi-chan. I'm surprised to see you here. Huh? Are you here by yourself? You waiting for someone? Is it my sis? Or maybe could it be Keija? Shi-chan, who is this? Are you talking about Kasai here? He's like my bodyguard. He'll protect me when my life is in danger. Won't you? I'll give my life for your sake if that's what you want me to do. Wow, Kasai, if you were 20 years younger, I might have fallen for you. He looks scary, but he's a very funny guy. This is Yugu Rena-san. Oh fuck, can she hear? Oh fuck, can she hear? She's Sis's friend. My name is Kasai. Nice to meet you. Okay. Kasai-san, do you know the people who just walked past you? Oh, did she leave? Kasai nodded, indicating that he was familiar with them. Who are they? I've never seen them before. How do you not know this, Shion? The man is Hojo Tepe, a skunk of a human being. Shion seemed to know who he was once she heard the name Hojo. And the woman? Mamiya Rina. I believe that's her business name. Her real name is Mamiya Ritsuko, I think. She's a hostess at Flower Road. Kasai-san, do you know what he is to her? They look like a couple to me. Oh boy. That is, not quite what I expected. Hojo is Rina's pimp. Okay then. That's something to keep in mind when thinking about Sotsu. Anyway, Hojo is Rina's pimp. They're very, very bad people. So you should never get involved with them. But Kasai being all protective and shit. How bad are they? Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. She's hearing the alarm bells of enemy. And I pressed him for the answer, and Kasai seemed to back down a little from that pressure. It's more courteous to stay out of a woman's private affairs. How bad are they? Please don't ask. How bad are they? And I kept asking the same question until she got an answer. Jion sensed how desperate Nina was and cut into the conversation. Kasai, why don't you just tell her? I don't think she's asking out of curiosity. Am I right, Nina-san? There was tension developing between Nina and Kasai. Jion seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the mood. Or she could. No, that's Mion's thing, I think. I don't know. I don't know with Jion. Ooh, Kasai finally opened his mouth. They're both skunks, really. I've heard that they make a living by gambling and blackmailing people. I've also heard they set up badger games. What's a badger game? Well, a badger game is like a marriage fraud? Oh, fuck. The woman finds a catch, a man who has money, and begins a relationship with him. Then her boyfriend shows up and catches them in the act, blames the guy for stealing his girlfriend, then blackmails him for money. How the fuck does that... I'm not gonna... First, the woman makes him buy expensive stuff for her, then she and her boyfriend take all of his money. There's a rumor that she's got herself a big catch recently. I know you're not going to, but I'm just saying, Rena, if right now you said, that big catch is my dad, I bet a lot of your problems would just magically go away. And you wouldn't have to do shit. Wow. Whoever that is, I'm so sorry for him. Well, the guy had some... Okay, Shion, you're kind of a tactless fuck, ain't ya? Well, the guy had some fun with her too. I guess he gets what he does. Oh, no. That's a little harsh, Shion-san. A man sometimes falls for a woman very easily. Also, shit, how the fuck fast did you fall for Satoshi? Like, you can't talk. Oh, really? I wonder whom you fell for. Waiter, bring the dessert to us, please. Wait, where did she go? She just took her leave. Then it was already gone. The door, which had just closed, looked as if it was the only thing that knew where she went. And Shion, if you had half a brain, and maybe this does happen, you would be like, hey, sis? So, I met Rena today, and you would not believe what she asked me about. When I got home, the door was locked. I used my key to get in, and I found a note in the living room. Something's come up, so... oh god, that bitch works fast! Something's come up, so I have to go. I'm going to eat out tonight, is what the note said. This wasn't the first time he'd done something like this. Each time, he only told me he had to go to Okinomiya for something. But I knew the real reason, because I heard him talking on the phone once. Ina-san must have had some free time between jobs and asked them out to have dinner together. I heaved a sigh, looked at the new living room I hated, and went to my room. I thought back over what I just heard at the coffee house. I tried to rationalize the meaning of her actions there. Maybe she had to pretend to be a bad person because she was being threatened by the man. But even after the bad man she called Tek-chan left the table, she continued to threaten the guys and pushed them into signing the loan contract immediately. I mean, not to defend her. That is still perfectly possible, even if the dude wasn't there, Nana. Like, maybe you're about to say that. If she was threatened to play along with the man... Okay, no, that's not true, Nana. It's not like his threats would magically have worn off when he left the room. I'm sorry, that's not the way the world works and ain't that pretty, unfortunately, but let's move on. If she was threatened to play along with the man, she wouldn't have done that. If she was pretending to be a bad person, she could have shown a little bit of mercy or sympathy when he left her alone with him. Also, how if the forms had already been drawn up? I don't know why I'm asking. I'm going to continue. It's like holding water in a bowl you made with your hands. No matter how sturdy you made the bowl, water would leak from your fingers. Mercy and sympathy leak out from you. But nothing, not even a drop of water, leaked from Rina-san. Maybe she's not meaning literally. Maybe she's just meaning like a hint. Like, oh, if you were really being threatened, even if you didn't act on it, it would show. Maybe that's what Nana... Because Nana is really perceptive. I'll give her that. Like, she has proven herself to be, even if this case, she's a little, like, she is really perceptive. So, I mean, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one, Nana. Okay. I apologize. You were really paying attention. Okay. I got ahead of myself. Her hands weren't even moist. They were all dried up. There was no water that could leak through those hands. Rina-san was threatening those guys as much as the man was. Neither was leading the other along. They were doing it together. That was it. Rina-san is a bad person. My brain cells... What is with the phrases like this? My brain cells accepted the idea with applause. And I knew that the only reason Nana was still alive because 1,500 seconds... My brain cells accepted the idea with applause. After all, I always hated Rina-san. I just couldn't accept the feeling because... It's interesting that they left this part out of Sotsu, isn't it? I just couldn't accept the feeling because my father liked her. But at that moment, I could finally accept it. She's a bad person, just like my mother. She's an existence that will ruin everything and destroy my father's happiness just by being with him. But I wonder if my father would understand that Rina is a bad person if I told him so. My father likes her so much that he would jump over a cliff if she asked him to. He thinks everything she does or says is great, and he interprets everything about her in a positive way. He protects her and praises her without her asking him to. I'm not a kid anymore. I understand how a woman can tame a man. It's different from love. Love is about trying to build a relationship. Taming is just a way of satisfying the lust to dominate. She's just trying to make him into her slave. Women can deceive men, even my father. They can use dirty methods to ensnare men like they're following a manual. It's the weak point all men are born with. Well, you're too young. Even with a strong will, they can't resist it! That's why we hate those women who exploit that weak point to deceive men. No, yes. This is a much more complicated issue, but I realize you are not the person to talk to about this, Nana. You are not a person at all. I don't know why I'm trying. You are not a you. You are a narration of a story. That's not to say you are not a character and a person with me. I'm sorry. That's why I couldn't bring myself to like Nina-san. For the sake of argument, let's assume I acknowledged and unreciprocated love like that. But that would only be as long as it was love. If it wasn't love, it was just a method to threaten and to squeeze money out of him. I would never forgive her. I remember their conversation at the coffee house. Nina-san said that my father is a big spender. In fact, I think he spends more money without hesitation than before he met Nina-san. I was happy that he started to regain an interest in going out into the world again. But now I don't know whether I should be happy or not. I think you know. He controls the money of the Ryugu family overall, but since I do the grocery shopping, he often gives me his bank book so that I can withdraw money. Because of that, I know where he keeps his bank book, his personal seal, and other important stuff. They're in one of his drawers, which he usually locks. I know where he hides the key, and I know the combination of the cash box inside the drawer. He might be coming back soon, so I felt a little nervous. but I had to make sure. I opened the cash box, which had some bank books, personal seals, stamps, and unused postcards. I removed everything from the cash box to get the bank books. Then, I found something new. On the bottom of the box, there was a bundle of new 10,000 yen bills. Its thickness wasn't something I could ignore. There was also a paper wrapper that looked like it had been bundled or bundling the bills. The wrapper had a stamp that said it was a bundle of 1,000,000 yen. He usually kept some cash at home because it was troublesome to go to the bank every time he needed money. But it was usually around 100,000 to 200,000 yen at most. He's never kept such a big amount of money at home before because he knows it's unsafe. The extraordinary amount of 10,000 yen bills was abnormally intimidating. I tried to open the bank book, but my fingers got numb all of a sudden. Part of me was trying to deny the things I heard at the coffee house. It wasn't because I wanted to defend my father or even Rina-san. It was because I didn't want to believe my father was the husband in Hinamizawa the blackmailers were talking about. I opened the bank book. The last time I saw it was about 2 or 3 months ago. It shows countless withdrawals since that day. I probably wouldn't normally understand what those numbers meant, but I felt in that moment as if the 10 different digits were speaking to me. They were a series of cruel digits. It starts with some understandable expenses that I assume represent dinners or something. But then the amount of money starts to become nice round numbers, like a 5 or a 10. I can tell by looking at the dates he withdrew money that he wanted to have a certain amount of cash on hand when he went out with Rina-san. Among those expenses, a big number appeared all of a sudden. It was too much money to spend on a date. Hundreds of thousands of yen. I looked at the date of the withdrawal and I traced it back in my memory. I remembered. Around that time, Rina-san was talking about moving into a new apartment. I know the market rate of rental apartments in Okinomiya. You need to put down 2 safety deposits and 2 payments of key money in order to rent an apartment. That amount of withdrawals sounded reasonable now. He paid the whole down payment for her new apartment. After that, big numbers appeared one after another. I could tell they were for congratulatory gifts for her new apartment or something. The numbers got bigger and bigger. It looked like at first he was withdrawing only the amount of money needed, but then he started withdrawing big amounts all at once because he knew he was going to have to use it someday anyway. The change meant only one thing. He lost his sense of the value of money. The balance kept going down, and I started feeling anxious about what's going to happen if he continued spending money like that. But then I saw a deposit of a big amount of money into the account. Where did that money come from? There was only one thing I could think of. I opened the other bank book. It was easy, like a puzzle for kids. It was like playing with an easy jigsaw puzzle that comes with huge pieces that you don't even have to put together to see what the whole picture looks like. My father was using money from his time deposits. In other words, the settlement my mother paid my father when she divorced him. To him, it's cursed money. I'd understand if he wanted to use it to get a new love, but that was just an excuse to use the money from his time deposits. Money is money. Even though it's his divorce alimony, it's still important money for our future. Even though it's cursed money to him, that doesn't mean he can waste it. Big expenses start appearing one after another. There are many expenses, upward of 6 digits. For some reason, I could immediately tell they were for buying electric appliances and furniture. He must have been buying everything she asked him to. If, from the beginning, Ina-san was only seeing to check if he could end up being a big catch, she must have been trying to find out how much money she could squeeze out of him. And my father bought her anything she wanted, no matter how expensive it was. So, he probably thinks of him as the perfect catch now. The numbers in the bank book told me so. The simple numbers and dates on the bank book, it started talking to me. Around the time he started withdrawing big amounts of money, Rina-san started coming to the house more often. And she also started spending the night. Rina-san, my father was at first just a guy who spends big money. But around that time, she landed her big catch. My father used to refer to her as my friend in Okinomiya at first. But he started referring to her as Rina-san around that time. This is partially his fault. But he was betrayed by his beloved wife, and he was feeling hurt and down for a long time. Also partially my fault. That's why I didn't want to blame him. I mean, in this case, unlike the case with the mother, this is more like, you can't really blame a victim that is being preyed upon, Like in this case, it is a lot more clear-cut. Rina is a predator, Dad is the prey, Like, yes, he is doing stupid things, but that is being done because he is, again, being preyed on. It's like, oh no, like he's not realizing it, but I don't want to get into that. And he's not that good. That's not nice. And he's not that good looking either. There's just no way he's immune to women. He must have not been able to resist an attractive lady who aggressively approached him when he was feeling down. He's crazy about Rina-san, and he can see nothing other than her. I can't blame him because Rina-san trained him to be that way. I put the bank books and other things back into the cash box. This cash box is just like my father's heart. Rina-san is eating up the contents. What should I do? If I tell him about Rina-san's scheme? No, that probably wouldn't do anything. The whole point of taming an animal is that it won't run away from its owner even when the door is wide open. My father probably won't leave his cage even if I open the door. Should I confront Rina-san about her plot when he's with her? The results would be the same. Rina-san would run behind his back. He'd probably try to protect her. If she pressed her breast against his back, he'd protect her no matter what. I couldn't make this a problem between me and him. First of all, I was trying to get rid of Rina-san for his sake. If we got mad at each other, it would give the advantage to Rina-san. It would be like I was putting myself into her trap. Then that meant I couldn't make him do anything. If I couldn't make him break up with Rina-san, I'd have to talk to Rina-san directly. So instead of making my father fight, I'd have to fight in his place. But how? That guy, Kasai-san, who was with Shi-chan today, seemed to know the man Rina-san was with. I wonder if I can somehow meet him again. What? He looked scary, but I was introduced to him as a friend of Mi-chan. Mi-chan has a lot of power around here. There's no way he would treat me badly. I wondered if you could tell Rina-san and the man to back off my father. That'd help me a lot. I didn't know how I could meet him again. I could ask Mi-chan for help, but I don't want her to know about my situation. Yeah. This is a problem of the Ryugu family. God damn it, I can't argue that one. This is nobody's business but mine. Yeah, this is a battle I'd have to fight alone. I regretted my parents' divorce. I wept about the tragedy I could have prevented if I had tried. I wasn't going to weep this time. I wasn't going to let the champ slip away. This time, I would fight for my happiness. Property estimate. Oh dear. Dear Mamiya Ritsuko-sama, Executive Housing Corporation. Attached estimate. We thank you for your past visits and inquiries to our office. We've included the estimate for the property you inquired about. Basic information. Property name, Palace of Versailles, room 207. Property code 14M1-421. Property type, modern condominium. Layout, 2LDK. Address, Shishibone City, Oyoacho 2 Chome. Transportation, XXX line, Goda Station, 5 minutes on foot. Cost, 49,800,000 yen. Maintenance fee, 20,000 yen. Holy chuckle fuck sandwich. Other, southeast corner room, elevator floor. Condominium fitness club membership included. Thank you for your interest in this property. The area around Goda Station is a prime real estate zone for luxury condominiums. Along with future planned developments, the real estate value in and around the Goda Station are expected to rise, and this property is not an exception. As a result, many prospective buyers are interested in this property. Hence, we'd like for you to understand that the selection process for this property will be done via lottery. Yeah, also, we also offer celebrity member preferential treatment, granting highly improved chances through additional lottery entry. Please feel free to inquire with our agents for more details. Executive Housing Corporation. Celebrity Account Manager, Kawabata. Okie dokie. Well, that was a thing. That was chapter 4 of Tsumihoroboshi, and this one, so far at least, seems to be comparatively light on the light and fluffy early stuff, doesn't it? Oh boy, but then again, I guess that is maybe what we should be expecting from Mina's perspective. Yeah, anyway, citizens, yeah, like I said, that was chapter 4 of Tsumihoroboshi.